Okay, we finished the JavaScript part. Now we go into the lab section, the React Native app section. So we're going to create this one. Okay, so it's pretty demanding, right? We have a look of our system. So this week the React Native section is pretty demanding. Like tick tack, we install first, right? Try to install first. Okay, we install this one installed and we npm start. We run the npm start and look at the current situation. Android. Open, connect. Look at this. Right, and check. Okay, so this is what we end for the last week, right? Now the task is pretty demanding for this week. We look at the requirement for this. They need to have this part, right? We need to have navigation, right? Okay, so we try to do them one by one. Firstly, we try to move this page to home, right? Look, in this part we create a folder src, and under src we create folder screens, and also create folder component, right? Okay. Look at the structure. What's the structure? Ask. They ask for component constant screens, right? Constants. Okay. We can also create a folder called constants, right? Create a folder called constants screens. Okay. And in the screen we create home.js. So that's our home. Sorry. Yeah. Look, what do we have? I have home. We have this. We can put everything in here to home, right? Everything here to home. And for this app, we can import, we delete them. We don't need anything here. We import home. Right, need to save. Import home from src dot screens home, right? Import home. And this way we only need to return home. Okay, and we remove this branch. Okay. Home. Okay, still correct, right? We check if the home is correct. We probably want to write something, change this to X, see if it's changed or not. Okay, change, right? So it works. And then we look at the structure, come to look at what's required. They need to have home, they need to have two other page rules and credit, right? Okay, so we create another one and called rules.js and credit. Okay, we have that. And also we are going to have the buttons on here, therefore when we click they come to go to this page, right? Okay, so we try to make the component section, we create a button. So in this case they are called T button, right? So we just create component called T button .js. So to speed up the development, I probably just directly copy the solution from my previous work, right? Constant. Okay, look at the button. The button is from pressable, and I also have constant from the colors because we want to have a consistent color scheme and pressable styles. So this is interesting part. If the button is pressed, they want to change the style, right? The style part. Okay. Also, I create this folder called constants, right? This folder already exists. Okay. So under the constants, we create a file called color.js. Just copy the colors from. Okay, it only got 3 colors. So title, button, message board, right? Title, button, message board. And in the home part, we have this as a table, board, and cells, right? We probably create as board.js. We just copy the board.js. Okay, the board.js is style board player map. So this is more or less what we had done before, right? So in the home part, we import board, right? And then we can remove this section to put board place equals place. Element type tree or building. Board. What? Which part got the error? Okay. Element false. building pending prop view stack. Oh, I see. This should be home. This should be home. Okay, what's the problem? Web home. Oh, yes. Some of this file not saved. I think that's the reason. Color. Bob. Yes, I need to close. Let me see. Import cell. Oh, right. Import component board. Let me see what part got wrong. Okay, right. Okay, because here we have the board, but we still need to have the cell, right? So we need to create cell. Cell.js. Probably just copy this one. Okay. This cell, I'm going to try to. Okay, now it finally works, right? So we go to the home part. This we can remove because we don't need it anymore. Only container table. So the style container table is board can be removed. Okay, can be removed. Now we look at the requirement. Here we need to have button, right? I need to have button. So come to that section. Look at the home. We type button. We put something here, right? So button panel. Okay. Board. Sorry, shouldn't be here. Should be here. So here is the button panel, and here we have two buttons, right? So this one have a style button panel. Copy the button panel style. Copy the button panel style. Okay, we need to import button, right? Import button from component button. Colors doesn't exist. Okay. Label credit color. Okay, let's look at the buttons. colors doesn't exist. Colors here, right? Why that doesn't exist? T button colors. Let's see. Try to reload. Property colors doesn't exist. So this error message sometimes is not very easy to follow because we don't know where exactly the colors doesn't exist, right? Homes, rules, styles button. Oh, I see. Button panel will justify. Okay, it's in the T button. Colors. Dot. Default colors. Default colors, right? Okay, now I found the problem. The problem is because here the original code is like this. The original code is export default colors equals something. So that's the original code. But this syntax has some problem in some situation, right? So we need to change it to constant colors equals that, and we export default colors equals this. So that's just a modification. All right, so it works. We have this button, right? But of course, we cannot click on them yet, because if you look at this code, we have navigation, but we don't have navigation yet, right? We need to pass in navigation from here. But because we haven't installed the navigation part yet, so this, if you click here, it's definitely going to cause error. And also look at this. This looks too close. The reason is when we come to the table, justify content is center. So try this one. Space around. Okay. Okay, so we have that, right? Also, we look at the layout. We have the button. Now we still have something called the title, right? So this is a component. Okay, we want to have a title. So we create component. We create a title. Title.js. I just probably copy the title from there. So the title is also just a view and text container title, right? This part. After that, we are able to go to our home. Home, we have board, we have title, import title. Import title and title. Look what is passed in this title. They pass in title, right? Title equals what is the title? Tic-tac-toe, right? Title. Okay. Okay, we have the title, right? So the previously the bug is because when I create this file, I forget to save. Always check this part. You should have all the files saved. Title. Okay, now we need to do the navigation section. We look at the layout, see if there's still missing something. Right, okay, everything here. Now we need to have navigation. For navigation, we go to the website to search for React native navigation. Stack navigation. Document. Go to the stack navigation. We need to firstly, we need to install native, right? We need to install this one. Native, we need to install React Native. Go to our course. We Control C break it, and we run the React Navigation Native, right? Okay, so after install this native, we need to install screens area context. Okay, so this part finished. Now we need to, what we need to do is we need to go to website, because this stack we have installed native, then we need to install stack, right? To install this. Okay, so finish native gesture handler, right? This one. Also need to install this part. Yes, so the installation is pretty complex, but for one project, you only need to install them probably once, right? So it's finished. We can start again. Now we go to the app section. We're going to change this to, before we go to that, we probably try to go to the rule and rule section. Rule screen. Okay, for the rule screen, we also use the title, use the T button, right? So look at this one. We have the title, we have rule button. Also, we need to have a message board. So this one is the message board, and also we have the rules. That's what we're going to display, right? And the rule section is very simple, similar to the home. We have this container table, and we have the title, message board, T button, and so on. So this another component. We probably create the component message board. Yes. So if you look at the message board, there is also a container scroll view, right? Because if the message is long enough, we put the view, but the scroll view, they can scroll up, scroll down if this section is too big. And we have text, put the message come to here, right? So that is here. Similarly, we create the the credit part as well. We look at the credit, title, message board, T button, and also the T button function is navigation go back, right? Navigation go back. Okay, and then we need to go back to our home page. Now we need to import rules, right? We need to import credit. Sorry, it's wrong. Credit. Okay, now we have all this page installed, and we need to import navigation container, right? Navigation container. We need to import create stack navigator, right? Import create stack navigator, and we stack create stack navigator. Okay. Then we come to this part, going to navigator container, right? So everything within the navigator container. Navigator container, and we have stack dot navigator, right? And we have stack dot screen. Okay, so the screen screen we have home name equals home component equals home, right? Okay. All right, see if this one still works. And also we create another 2 pages. Okay, so you see the difference is now we have home because it's in the stack navigator, right? Now we come to details, oh, not details, credit. Credit, and this one is credit. Rules. Renders. Open. Stack navigator stack. Invite component. Okay, so that's the same problem. We need to save all the files. So look here, we have this component rules, right? And if we click these rules, move to directory, right? Folder and back credit. Okay, so that nearly works. Now the only issues is we have this one at the heading part for the site navigator. By default, they have this. If we don't want this, what we can do is we can check the option, screen options, and header shown false. Okay, so that one remove that, right? Okay, so that's all for this week. I understand it's probably very difficult for you to see all the code here, so I'm going to paste the code solution to our course website as well. Therefore, you can download to have a check if you cannot finish it by yourself, right? So that's all for this. Thank you.